Well, hello there. Today we are going to be planting some seeds, some flower seeds specifically. Some of them take a few days to germinate. I have those larger containers that I featured in another video to up-pot them in. Our last frost date isn't until May, late May, but we're having 70-degree weathers now, and next week we're going to have 83, 85. It's ridiculous, and I know a lot of people get anxious and start planting, and then the frost comes and kills everything. But I know better. I just want to get some stuff planted. So this is a 40-cell tray from Amazon. I got 5 of these trays. Got videos out there. And you know what I forgot to do? Is to get the labels so I can label them as I'm going. Just a moment. Alright, back by popular demand. Now this is all trial and error because some seeds I've had for 3 years. Some seeds do well and others don't. So we're just going to plant 5 cells of each one. I got 8 different seeds. First we have mixed flowers. I've got some nasturtiums in there and all the things. I think you have to soak the nasturtiums, or it's recommended you should, so I'm not, because they don't do it in the wild. So I'm going to put down mix flowers. So let's do, because I'm not sure what's inside the seed of the nasturtium. Is it like a beet and has several more? But it's a big old bulky thing, so I'm going to, of course I don't have my dibbler. Everything's out in the greenhouse. It's been lovely out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Push that down there. And this video would, serve as a reminder of what I planted in that first shell area, whatever you call it. Whatever you call it. The cell, that's the word I'm looking for. Alright, we have some interesting seeds. Here's some tiny ones. I see my eggplants are coming up. I have another heat mat going. So let me do this here. They say you'd never pack down your soil because the seeds will have a hard time. The roots will have a hard time. But I like the way the nasturtiums look, so I've been willy-nillying through them in my front yard and wherever I please, and they don't do anything, so this looks like a part of a nasturtium. Let's see, I have tiny little black things, which I'm gonna guess are gonna be columbine. I can guarantee you these are gonna be columbine. I don't know what colors. And then I have some black seeds, which I have no idea either. So the black seed will be the 4th cell from the tag. And that's probably gonna take a minute to break through of that. It's already on a heat mat that I started. And now the 5th one. Gotta put these trays to good use, huh? So now that I know that that's columbine, I wonder what paperclip, if I put a paperclip in there, what would come of it? Paper? Let's do another nasturtium. Why not? Seems to be the most that I have in there. Alright. There we go. There's the mystery of that. Alright, the next one, the first time ever growing it, and I just did some research, is lavender. I'm going to put today's date, 3/11. So this way, I know that all my seeds in here will be planted on that day. Alright, we'll do a whole row of lavender. Just going to fluff up the soil here and there. All my flowers are coming out. The crocuses, the daffodils. You know, it's like, hey, it's spring. This is where everybody gets anxious and wants to grow stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like it all dies, because that's where the blooms of the trees, like cherry trees and stuff, start blooming, and then all of a sudden everything dies and then they don't get the fruit. It's that kind of situation, which is very cruel. They also said with the lavender, if you're working with older seeds, then they may not germinate. Meow! I let Moofy out, but as soon as there's a sound, he runs back in the house. And he turns around and says, oh, I want back out again. You know, that's not going to work. Alright, so if these grow, then I'll know the seeds are good. I don't know when I got these, if I bought them or if somebody gave them to me. So it's called Vera, Lavender Vera, if that matters. Alright, that's done. Next is catnip. Catnip requires light to germinate. And I like these washi tapes because they don't stick to everything. And I need a lot of catnip for these guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and fluff the soil up. We'll see how we do. Won't be disappointed if nothing grows. So take that off, put that somewhere. I got tons of it. I don't know if this is through my own plants or not, but okay. Tiny little seeds. My other catnip that I have with the tomatoes is, there's 2 of them popping up right now, which is good to see. Moofy, no. So I'm going to overseed these. He's meowing because his sister's outside, and his sister hasn't come in yet, so. And if you see this light here, it's a very old light, but it's very bright, and that's what I used on the catnip whenever I did those tomatoes. I'll lightly push this down, and we're going to go catnip. Which I should have put it on the end because of the light, but oh well, we'll play it. At least I know what row it is, and then I can put the light over it. But it'll have the light from this arrow garden right here anyway. Alright, there's that. I've got about that much seed in this packet. It must have been from somebody or something I got, and then the bag broke or something. Alright. Well, I didn't do it. Okay, there's the rest. Good. Now I have Impatiens. This is from the Dollar Tree. They'll have all sorts of granular stuff in here. It's not all seeds, so it is going to be difficult to tell the difference between seed and whatever else they put in here, because it's meant to go right on the ground after a frost. So I'm just going to dibble-dabble, and we'll see what kind of results we get. If you want to put in your vote of which seed row is going to grow, let me know. Oh, it's vermiculite is what they have in there. See how many seeds I get out of this. It's vermiculite. And it's probably all vermiculite staying on the top. So it's probably going to be very difficult to find a seed. Let me see if I can't find something to get an idea. I'll use this catnip lid, see if I can't pour some out, find some seeds, and then there's some seeds. Okay. Now I see the seeds. They're white. They're coated in white. The fertilization that they use, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, at least I now have actual seeds. It makes me feel better. This looks like all vermiculite. Not sure if that's a seed or not. The seeds are probably heavier than the vermiculite. Okay, here comes all the seeds. They're all coated in white. You probably can't see it. White little pellets. I will take that. That's what I want to see. There we go. And then I'll use their vermiculite as well. It's hard to get a hold of these. See how many I actually end up grabbing and putting in there. You can grab that one. There we go. Come this far, might as well keep going. Here's one seed. Put them aside. So they're easy to separate when they start growing. There we go, perfect. Oh, there's two, perfect. Who cares? Not me. All right, so now let me put this, just a minute, let me put this rest in something else. Well, I put in some of my house plants, and Misty was outside. She didn't want in. I kept calling her, and she got in a fight with a neighbor's cat that looks like Ziva. Now she's in. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. Let me, this is called impatience. Yeah, I have a lot of impatience. As in, mentally, not flowers. Alright, so now, Johnny Jump Ups. I had a little cluster that I didn't even know was planted there, and it took 1 year, and it hasn't been back, so we shall see. Johnnny, Johnny Jump Up. There we go. Okay. There. Let me do this business. All right, here we go. Some of these packets, you try to open them correctly with the glue. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Alright, got a fair amount of this. I like pansies and Johnny Jump Ups because they have purple in them. So, all right. Okay, I may have to add more soil to there, but they're in for now. Then we have some wildflowers. 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 These tags are staticky. Okay. Probably say 1/4 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. Dang. Well, I'm not sure how deep 1/8 is an inch. so they're just going to be virtually surface sown. Never was good at math as far as the individual measurements and stuff. So we will just sprinkle whole mess different ways. And then I can put more soil on top. Oops, some went to other side, other cells. Okay, I'll find soil and put those on top. Whew, 2 more to go. Next, we have marigolds. Have yet to, I think I had a marigold last year come up, but it never flowered. So, I did order some more marigolds through Haas. I did order another box, mystery box. I wanted some months to go by, so that will be coming. They're all the way in Georgia, so it's going to be a minute. And then I ordered some other seeds from them. Okay. Marigolds. I think got these from my friend. They're easy to come by. I'm just going to do one per cell because they bloom quite big, or they grow quite big. They not the name hatch, but what am I saying? Sprout. So I'll just double up on some of them, because just in case they don't go as planned. Oh, come here, kid. I saw you. And one more. Right there. And you can go into there. All right. Oh, you're trying to escape. Don't escape. You can't escape. Go in there. There we go. Shove it in there, like Mother Nature. Okay, I'll go like that with the leaves. All right, last but not least is larkspur, which I know is deadly to animals as far as like cows. So the story goes. But I don't believe it's anything nutritious that the cats will try to eat. But I will not give it to where the cats can reach it. I'll do more studying on it, because who knows if they're updated what it's about and if it's deadly to animals other than cows. And who knows if they'll even sprout, because they're quite old. Do a couple of them in each cell in the center, just to see what I get. All right, well, that does it for that situation. Larkspur. And I put a little crossbones on it, like I did on the package, so I know. And we'll keep you informed of how they're going. I see that there's not a lot of people interested. There's just some thumbs up, but I thought I would have some conversations by now, but no. So, yeah. Anyway, there's my 8. So stay tuned for the update. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Goodbye.